You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Gene. Johnson.
The AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California. Presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AFTERBUZZ TV's Project Runway After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's Project Runway After Show.
Hi everyone, Bing is for doing, and here at AFTERBUZZ TV, we're doing another Project Runway Season 12, Episode 13 recap, and it's actually finale part 1. I'm your host, Alina, and these are my lovely co-hosts, Amanda Fields and Emma Kay. Hi girls.
Hi.
Hello. Excited about the big finale next week?
Oh, I can't believe it's already here.
I know, and how shocked were you guys at the
Top 4
designers we have going to Fashion Week?
Well, I think that the top 4 that they selected really deserve it.
Okay.
They all should be there. Maybe we shouldn't reveal who it is until later.
Yes.
But I was actually more happy with the top 3. The 4th person I could give or take, but it was cool that that she made it in. I don't know. What did you think, Emma?
I definitely have to agree.
We have her on the line right now.
Oh!
Awesome.
Ooh. So everyone out there listening, on the line right now with us is Korto Mumulo, Season 5 of Project Runway top 3 finalist. And she is on the new season of Project Runway All-Stars coming out relatively soon on Lifetime. I don't know the actual day.
I think it premieres the week after next, so.
Oh.
October 24th.
Ooh, hi, Korto.
Hey, I was starting to think y'all were avoiding my calls. I'm like, wait.
Oh, no.
Not at all.
We were just watching the show and getting excited to talk about it. So when is the actual day? November 24th, you said?
October.
October 24th. Ooh,
Right
that's
around
coming
the
up
corner.
really soon.
Thanks for calling in. What did you think of tonight's part 1 finale?
Oh, you guys know it's hard for me to watch this show. It really is.
Why do you say that? Good memories, bad memories, eager to get on All Stars?
It's a mix of both. Like, it's almost like torture watching it, honestly. But it was pretty good. I mean, I went to the finale show, so I kind of had my favorite.
Okay, yeah, you went to the finale in New York.
Yeah.
So you already know who's won. Don't spoil it for us.
No, I don't know who won.
Oh, you don't?
I just know we saw 8 designers, and out of the 8, I think all the designers that were there from past seasons agreed that there was one designer that should win it unanimously, I think.
Who was that?
It was Justin. I thought his collection was pretty good.
Wow.
We actually gave him a mini standing ovation.
Wow.
Wow. So it was just as impressive in person as it is on camera.
Yeah, like I wanted to wear like all those jewelry pieces. I wish I could like snatch them off the models. They were amazing.
It was so interesting to hear.
Cool.
He was the underdog all season. Tim Gunn actually used his save, so I'm glad to hear that he's doing so well.
Well, you know, I'm always for the underdog because I'm like the ultimate underdog. I can't seem to catch a break. So I'm always for the underdog. I love his story. I love, you know, it's for me it's a mix. You know what I mean? I think that's what the show used to be about, not just about people making clothes. It was stories. It was the passion. It was just a mix of everything, you know?
So tell us.
And he has it all.
Oh.
Yeah, he really does.
He does. And he is so sweet as well. I love his personality on the show.
Yeah, you want to give him a hug.
I know. And he was the one that always wanted to do the group hugs.
Oh, that's his heart. It's like we're breaking up our family. I just wanted to cry for him.
Oh,
but
I
I
know.
cannot watch the show anymore. It's just too much daggone crying going on.
Have you, Korto, have you started filming All Stars yet? I'm assuming yes.
Oh, we're done.
Okay,
wow.
so how was that different from your season 5 experience?
We actually wrapped the same day as season 12 did. So.
Wow. And how was that?
Mm-hmm.
What was that experience like? What are the differences?
I mean, it was just crazy and, you know, dramatic and emotional, but I think the judges were a lot calmer, so to speak. I think they're more respectful. Like, coming back on, I think now it's like, okay, these people have businesses. Let's be a little careful about what we say. I didn't find it as harsh and just degrading as regular season.
Oh,
I almost felt like we were being punked. Like, that's it. You're not going to say anything else. You know what I mean? That's kind of how I felt like.
So you were ready for the real, like, smackdown
Yeah, I was
from
ready
the
to go.
judges.
I was ready to go, and there was, like, no fight to have. I was just like, okay, well, that's over.
Did you do
But
any?
it was cool. I mean, you know, really good judges, and it was a love fest with the designers. Like, we all loved each other. You know, I have designers on there that, you know, I've known before, that I've never seen. Because, like I said, I kind of stopped watching the show, so it was good to kind of get to know them on a personal level. Like, we really respected each other a lot, which was, you know, for production, it can be a problem.
Did you do anything different coming back? Did you take any of the advices that judges gave, or did you stay true to yourself as a designer and bring the same collections on?
Yeah, I mean, I have to stay true to, you have to stay true to who you are. You know what I mean? You can go on this show and you have 3 or 4 people that tell you what their opinion is, and these 3 or 4 people are never going to buy your clothes. So who do you listen to? Your heart, the people who are buying your clothes, the public that are watching, or 3 or 4 people? Granted, there are 3 or 4 people that have a great say in fashion, but I think you have to come back and just say, you know what, this is me. Respect me or not. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
definitely.
I think it's a gamble. Some people change everything that they are, and you know, they leave their hometowns and move to New York because they think that's what they have to do to gain respect, and then it's over in a year, and then you're right back scrounging and scrambling. You can make it from anywhere. Once there's still planes flying, like, who cares? You know what I mean? You have to really just be able to live in your skin and say, this is what I do.
So, Kato, are you still based in Alabama?
No, I live in Little Rock, actually.
Oh,
Little Rock,
Arkansas. Yes. I mixed up the A states. That's my mistake. Okay. Little Rock.
The other A state.
Yes, Little Rock, Arkansas. And so how is that like, just being there with your family and then going to New York to film the show, and just the juxtaposition of everything?
I mean, it's amazing. You know, I don't mind living in Little Rock. I think a lot of people think it's like a bad thing, but I think once people come here, like even when Tim came and did my home visit and the producers are all like, we get it. We get why you're here.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a peace of mind. You know, the people are here. They love me. They support me. And I can go to bed at night and go outside right now and it's peace and quiet. And I can be in the 30th floor in New York or the 50th floor in New York, and I'll never get peace and quiet. Like, I have to get, like, soundproof windows or something. There's something about peace and quiet that I've learned to appreciate in my age.
Yes.
And just, you know, just being able to just do what I want to do when I want to do it without having to go through, like, a production to get there.
Now, Kato, we want to get into more of what you're doing and where people can find your work, but we have to talk about this finale, too. So we want your 2 cents. Let's get into the challenge. We had 2 designers that made it to New York Fashion Week for sure. That was Braden and Dom. And then we had the 3 that still had to vie for a spot. They had $9,000, a speedy 6 weeks, which, what is your take? Is that 6 weeks enough time? And 10 looks for the collection for spring. 1 look had to be an unconventional look, which is something new. So my question for you is 6 weeks really enough time to create a collection?
Well, I got 5, so I don't feel sorry for them. Sorry. We got 5 weeks, and yeah. We had $1,000 more, though. We got $10,000, which was better. But, I mean, it is what it is. You do worse things. I mean, we've made like 3 or 4 pieces in, you know, a couple of days on the show. So to make 10 in 6 weeks, I think is reasonable. I mean, the very first season of the show, they got like 6 months, which is unbelievable, which is amazing. That's why those collections, you can tell the difference between then and now, but it's there. Check it out.
Yes.
What do you think about unconventional challenges? Did you guys hate those as designers?
That would be annoying for me, because then it's almost like you can compromise everything you do for this one piece. But what I loved about Justin's is that really, like, looking at it, it doesn't look like it's unconventional. You know what I mean? I think he was one of the people that was able to actually make a piece that looked wearable.
Yeah, those are always the best ones.
Yeah, those are the best pieces. I think he worked it out, but not everybody can do that. I think when it comes to the final collection, going to not Bryant Park, but Lincoln Center now, but you should be free to do what you want to do. I think that's the whole joy of getting to the end. I think then when you're forced to do, like, we had to do a wedding dress, that sucks. It's like, I got to put this crap in there and figure out how it's going to work. You know, it's just like, come on, people. But, I mean, it wouldn't be Project Runway if there weren't any twists and turns.
Yeah, I didn't like the commercial they had in the middle of the show, too, with the lady from Tide coming in and saying, well, guess what? You have to make a washable piece. Imagine somebody going to a major designer and going, you know, Ralph Lauren, I need you to create a washable piece for your spring 2014 collection. It's not happening, right?
It was just too much. I think this whole season has been about paying the sponsors. I mean, I don't even think they could breathe without the air being sponsored by Airtron. I don't know. It's just like every time you turn around, there's a sponsor plug. Like, give me a break.
Mm-hmm. Heidi's agent demanded a big raise, and Tide is paying for it.
Like, I get it. I totally get it. But it was almost like sponsor overload to the point that it takes away from, like, the beauty of the show. I think, like, every season there's just too many new additions and turns. I just love when it used to just be the same show every season.
Yeah.
You just knew the format, and I was addicted to it just as much then. You know what I mean?
And
I didn't need the bells and whistles.
What is your opinion on the changes this season of Tim Gunn having a save and then them being able to look at the clothes up close after the runway show?
I mean, I would have died if they had to look at our season up close. So I'm glad that they... Oh, my God. Are you kidding me? That stuff was, like, pinned together, glued together, like, by any means necessary to get it down the runway. So I'm kind of, you know, it takes away from being able to just make it work. Because then if it doesn't work in front of them, you know, you can just get totally eliminated for that, which kind of sucks for them. But I'm glad Tim didn't have a say on our season. I think he has his favorites. He definitely does. And I wasn't one of them, so I'm glad that they waited for this season to do that.
I love your honesty.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a big girl. You know, they're not paying my bills. So I can say what I want to say.
No, we love it. We love it. Let's get to the Tim visiting each designer in their hometowns. First, we see him go to Philadelphia to visit Dom. She explains how she had a single mother upbringing, and she always had to earn what she wanted. Her inspiration was Blade Runner, retrofuturism. What did you ladies think?
I actually love all her pieces she brings to the runway. She mixes, I think she's in between Justin and Braden, and she's the middle where she bridges both of the concepts and their ideas together, and it's very fresh, vibrant, and new. You know, you see a lot of color, but she does a great job mixing it in. It doesn't feel like it's too much overload in the color. And the prints that she chooses, they're very chic, couture, but you know, it's something that you could wear on the street, and you could also wear it out. So I love her work.
I'm glad you brought up her prints, because she's really talented when it comes to prints, in my opinion. Amanda?
I loved her prints. I wanted to see more of it. I felt like even though we saw a couple of fabric pieces, I was hoping for her collection to be a little bit more finished in the beginning with the visit, so we could really get a feel for it. But Tim was making a suggestion that really helped her out a lot of making all of the prints on a knit fabric instead of the silks or the other types of fabric she was using, because it would help her construction and it would look better on the runway and for the fit. So, Kato, do you get that feeling too when you design? I mean, what fabrics are your favorite to work with, and what has become sort of your go-to fabric to manipulate?
I mean, I definitely love all things silk and jersey.
Mm-hmm.
They're beautiful. They work great on women's bodies, and everybody can wear it. You know what I mean? It's comfortable. My thing is always making clothes that are comfortable.
Amen.
And for real people, you know, in the real world. Her collection actually was really nice. There's some pieces I really, really liked, and there's some that not so much, but the ones that are really strong were really strong. I could totally see, like, a lot of women wearing it. She has a point of view, which is great. She loves print, which I loved. And, you know, even though I said I thought Justin should get it, if she was to win, I wouldn't be upset. You know, be the first African American to ever win this show, which is like has yet to be done.
All right.
So go down.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Crazy. Next we see. I'm sorry.
Season.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Next we go to Los Angeles. I hate to cut that off, but next we go to Los Angeles to see Braden's work. Tim's excited. His inspiration is northern New York State Springs, and he describes a flower peeking out of the snow. I thought I wasn't in love with the prints, but again, Braden is strong, so I wasn't expecting a bad collection. Ladies?
Yeah. I don't know.
I think we all kind of felt that way.
Yeah, that size said it all.
I can't tell until I see it on the girls with the hair and the makeup and everything together. Right now on the hanger, it's kind of looks like upholstery fabric.
The colors and
I cheated a little bit because I saw it. When he came and did his speech, I was like, okay. Let's see it. And then it's like you get pumped up. It's almost like a pep rally. You get pumped up, and then the team comes out and totally like bombs. That's kind of how I felt. Like I felt like, oh, after all that, this is what happened. That's what I felt like.
Okay, so you weren't really impressed with his collection.
It's kind of matronly.
No, I mean, if he was to win, people should write letters. I'm sorry, Braden, but it was just kind of graniola.
Yeah,
that's my opinion, though.
And that's kind of how I felt as well, because when he opened up his looks and people were taking a peek at what he had, that's one of the comments that was made, is that his clothes look so old lady, and the prints are.
But I have to remember, though, in his defense, you know, his first love is dance. And, you know,
fashion comes
when
second.
your first love isn't fashion, it takes a while to get there.
Okay.
So, I mean, I give him props for getting there, and this is like his second love, you know what I mean? Because when it's your first love and you don't make it there, you know what I mean, that says a lot for those others that got kicked off, and this is like what they do all the time. So,
I think
for that. There's a customer for everybody, though, so
definitely
don't write me any letters, please, Braden.
I think with him, it's a hit or miss, depending on what the challenge is. Last week, he was amazing. I mean, I love the whole look, and I could see the artistic dancer coming out in him in last week's challenge, but for this week, it just felt too boring. He felt lost in what he was doing.
Yeah.
And it wasn't
hard.
Well, I feel like his clothes on the show week to week were so strong that we just expected a lot out of Braden.
I think he started strong, but
so I think maybe
I'm telling you, man, you get that money and you go home and the distractions come, and then all this is like you have this $9,000 and you finally get to make this dream collection, and you want to make everything you've ever dreamt of, and it becomes a freaking nightmare. I'm telling you, it's like.
Yes, you have all your
It'll haunt you forever. Oh my God, I should have did this. Maybe I should have did that. Like it's a nightmare that never goes away. So I feel for everybody because I've been there.
Maybe he was spending too much time on the beach with his boyfriend and dog.
No.
I don't know.
Beyonce.
I think you just overthink, and then you do what you think people will want, and then you do what you want, and then it just becomes a big mess.
You know, when he presented the dress with I don't know what it was a bow of flower or something on the shoulder.
Yeah.
Do you remember that dress being presented on the runway? Did he show it in Fashion Week? It's like a pinkish.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
When he said
It has some satin. It has some satin bottom, and then the bottom has some more ruching thing. It was just like, oh my Jesus, what is that?
When he said that, that reminds him of New York and spring, and I was looking at it like, what part of New York? Because that's not
the countryside,
the suburbs.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very Gone with the Wind, unfabulous.
Oh,
I love that. I'm using that.
Flossom.
Yes.
I'm sorry, Brayden. Let's move on, Brayden. He's gonna start stalking me on Twitter. I can't.
It was Grandma Chic gone wrong because I like Grandma Chic.
But Brayden
normally
he's very good with his construction, and I think maybe some of these pieces would be good if they were maybe in a different color or a different fabric or something.
He has the technical talent. He just needs to refine his taste.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I'm excited that he's in the top 3.
He's so recognizable too. He's gonna do.
Yeah, and he's
good.
He's fun. Alexandria, we went to San Mateo, California. Her inspiration was neo-nomadic punk, or that's what her collection was called. Modern, strong, smart, which I feel like has been all her clothes all season. Very chic, understated, detail-oriented, and so cute when she took Tim to Camp Couture.
Yes,
and the dolls that the kids made.
Oh my God,
hilarious!
I love them.
The Sandro doll.
She has the best. She has the best home visit. That's another thing I miss. The home visits are getting snooze fest. I remember when the home visit was the episode to watch.
Yeah.
Now it's oh God.
They were a lot shorter tonight.
Very short.
So.
Yeah, probably because there's so many of them. She reminds me of a revved up Laura Bennett. Something about her is really Laura Bennett to me. I don't know what it is.
Oh, maybe it's just because she's very sophisticated. I have that feel for her. Her designs are very different from Laura Bennett, but her persona is similar. Just kind of having fun with life, but confident, and she knows how to get things accomplished.
Next, we go to Helen in Union City, New Jersey. Her inspiration is clairvoyance, knowing the unknown. She used this really strong red fabric, which I loved, and then she created a textile of a photo of
her
eye,
boyfriend's
which turns out to be her boyfriend's eye. I thought the print was disgustingly ugly. No offense to her boyfriend.
Eyes, that's for sure.
So, ladies, thoughts?
I didn't like it stretched out. At first I thought the dress was a denim dress.
Yeah.
Because of the material, the way it fit the model was not right, and she didn't help out by raising her hands and trying to
move on the runway that she did.
She was trying to fight karate, but she couldn't get her sword. I'm like, stop.
Any chance that she had of making it to the top 4, the model just blew it.
I wanted to tell that model, what are you doing?
Backstage and be like, you're so done.
That model is fired.
She's like, this is what you get for putting me in this dress.
Yeah, that was her revenge.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
That was horrific.
She could have just, put her hands on her hips.
Underdog, too, so I kind of felt bad for her. I get it. And the collection really didn't look that bad. Actually, it was cool. I liked it better than Brayden's, actually.
Oh
wow.
Honestly.
So maybe on the runway.
I mean, on the runway. It was. I could see myself in some stuff, whereas with his stuff, I couldn't. I'd be like, I don't know anybody.
Well,
I know that would.
I love the little back dress.
I do too.
If you put the printed dress that we saw tonight on a different girl with perhaps a different height, different measurements, maybe it wouldn't look so crazy.
Yes, and I think it had to do with off the shoulders. It felt like it was just cutting her circulation around her chest.
The hair chokers did not help anything. It was very.
That kind of choked her.
I think she should have.
It could open. Maybe it was functional. You know what I mean?
I think she should have done a high ponytail with a braid and just
cape.
that.
Simple.
Oh, Emma, that sounds good.
Lastly, we went to visit Justin in Raleigh, North Carolina.
Yes, Raleigh.
Raleigh, I'm sorry. And his sister jokes with him and says she's might wear one of his designs now. His parents say he's always been artistic. And the collection was inspired by sound waves, and he describes before and after he could hear.
Yeah, and he talks about
touching.
Before and after. He said it's called a cochlear implant.
Yeah.
And I loved the way he talked about his life and how he put all of the emotion and everything into the collection in the right way. And he utilized it so well.
And that 3D printing is so cool.
Amazing.
Yes. I wonder if that's ever been done on the show before.
And how much did that cost? And how does he have the access to that
Well,
machine?
remember, he has an architecture degree, so it might be something that he bought. Or,
But is that like in the rules that he could do that?
Sure.
To bring an interpreter?
No, the 3D printing.
The printing machine that looked like a vending machine, and Tim Gunn said, "Where's the Fritos?"
Oh, yeah.
Like that machine seemed almost like, oh, is he allowed to use that in his collection?
Well, why not? Everyone else is painting and making their own material, so why can't?
The rules are like with the money you get. Once you're doing the work, you can do whatever. Like, some of us got like mannequins. But you just have to be on the same playing field. Like with, for instance, like with Jeffrey. When Tim went to Jeffrey's studio and was like, oh my God, look at all this stuff. Whereas you go to someone else and they're in their apartment, so you use that $10,000 not just to buy stuff for the collection, but what you need to be on the same playing field. So if you need mannequins, you get mannequins. If you need,
Yes.
So it's not only to just buy fabric. So if he could put it in his budget and he could prove that it was within his budget.
That makes. Thank you for clearing that up, Kato. That makes sense.
Because the necklaces were really cool. And
yes,
it worked
they
so
were.
perfectly with his
amazing.
collection.
I mean, if nothing else goes well for him, he could make.
Everybody, I would love to buy one. Yes, I wear that all the time.
Nina wants the belt, you know what I mean? So, I mean, for Nina Garcia, if you want something you made, you're good. Check.
Yeah. Okay, that brings on a question for me. If a designer, or if a judge ever asks for something or even mentions, I want something, do you designers actually produce it for them and give it to them? Because I would. Imagine Heidi wearing something.
Jarrell made this hat, and Heidi really liked it, so he gave it to her, and they asked us if we cared if he could give it to her, and we're like, we don't give a rat's butt, so she could have it. But yeah, they ask for stuff sometimes, or if she really likes you, she'll get stuff from you after the fact. But
that's good. That's great promotion right there.
Yeah,
especially if she gets snapped in it.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to the runway. They had the 3 designers vying for a spot are Alexandria, Justin, and Helen. They had to show 3 looks, and we start with Alexandria. She had 3 models, all of which had pants on.
Mm-hmm. They were all separates.
All separates, slouchy pants, really clean, expensive-looking fabrics. I think her work looks really expensive and chic and contemporary. And I just wish she did more than just separates. And I like the hat.
Yeah, you were talking about why didn't you do a dress?
Yeah.
But I think this is where her strengths are.
Remember, she did like 55 pieces, so I'm sure there's a dress in there.
Oh, yeah, there has to be a dress somewhere. Yes. And the 2 pairs of pants were pretty similar, the 2 white ones.
Yeah.
However, I wrote down, this is like an international chic girl.
Yes.
Very cool.
Very cool girl.
Jet-setting girl. Like, she just looks like a girl that you want to be.
Yeah.
Very cool. And I like that.
Yeah, she's kind of like that BCBG girl, you know what I mean?
Understated.
It's wearable, it's affordable, it's chic. It's a no-brainer.
But is it enough to win the competition? That's my, that's where I have to play the devil's advocate. And even though it is edgy, strong, and modern, I don't think it's something that appeals to every single woman, out there. And she makes a statement by saying, the right girl needs to wear it. Well, what is the right girl? Because obviously she has an image in her head who she's designing it for, and it's not the mass.
I feel like every designer that has won the show is designing for a specific girl. Like Leanne Marshall's girl is a specific girl. My girl can't shop at Leanne Marshall. Not saying that it's not beautiful. She can't, because she's curvy and she can't wear it.
Yeah.
You have to, Christian Siriano has a girl, and Jamie Carroll has a girl. So, it's okay, I think, to design for a girl. And it's unfortunate that some people have to be left out, but it's just the way it is. But I also don't agree that every collection that wins has to be, like, over-the-top, innovative, and this and that, because at the end of the day, innovative doesn't sell every day. Ready-to-wear sells every day. And that's what I feel like the show needs to focus on. These people need to make money after this show. So you can make this great avant-garde collection, but if no one's buying it, you're going to be right back at Walmart at your day job when you cut after production's over, because you can't sell any clothes. So what's the point?
Yeah, I think people have it twisted, or the public does. They see these huge designers like, you know, I don't know, name a big design brand, Louis Vuitton, Givenchy, and they see that Gucci making all this money, but the average designer is not going to make money making avant-garde or, you know, couture collections. They have to make ready to wear.
Yes, that's a good place to begin. You want to get your clothes on a lot of people. Have the brand in a lot of stores. Make sure people know your name before you go off and do the avant-garde couture collections.
But you could still do diversity within a certain look. I just don't see that in her collections. Everything is same color. You know, she does pants. She did the whole. She did
the color was kind of boring.
I didn't see
gotten
any.
a little colorful a little bit. But, you know, most designers that do these crazy things like McQueen, you know what I mean? He had regular clothes on the wax and Neiman's, trust me.
Yes,
He's not selling this stuff. It's just to give you a show.
Yeah,
that's
true.
And that's
he's
what
making regular stuff to send to these stores.
Heidi
Because they're
Klum.
no fool.
All of them do, actually.
Sorry, I'm getting excited to talk about it because Heidi Klum made a really good point when she was judging tonight. She said, this is not for the showroom, Alexandria. This is for the runway show. So the showroom is where the big stores, for you guys out there listening, if you don't know about what is a showroom, the people that are buyers for these big stores, they come and look at the clothes up close in the design studio, and they have salespeople there who talk about the line and understand what it's about and help the buyers from these stores buy the right things for their customer. So they're looking at the clothes very close up on a model and on the rack, and that's how they shop for the store after the fashion show. But the fashion show is supposed to be more dramatic, more edgy, entertaining.
Stuff that people aren't going to wear.
So well,
you know, I think the runways are usually designed, that's why you have so many celebrities and everyone sitting up front and front row, because that's where you get your customized looks, that's where you get your clientele to, you know, make a piece for the red carpet or customize or tweak certain pieces.
Even so, though, a lot of times they tweak it a lot.
Yes.
It's you're not getting a runway look exactly the same way, even on the red carpet.
some people
They'll add
take the
lining,
looks from the
they'll-
runway and wear it the next day.
Well, some do, but most of the time they get criticized.
Well, if it's like Madonna or something.
Yeah.
But this is a good point because on the runway they might show things in like a bright orange or bright yellow, but in the showroom it also comes in black and it also comes in white, you know, so that people, they like the design and it's more of a showpiece, but then when they put it in the store they still want to have that piece but actually be able to wear it all the time, so they want it in black.
Yeah, it's like, you know, having a soundtrack. You want the #1 hit to be your best one, which is played out, you know, your single. But then you have a track of 12 different songs, which may not be so great. So, you know, that's what I'm going for, that I think she should have brought it, had that at least wow factor
have that
in
hit
one
song.
Yes, and one of her designs at least.
Yeah, but you know what? I think a lot
I
of
think it's so hard, like, to just show 3 pieces. And that's what's hard about, like, judging these 3 now. Like, I've seen all of it, so I can say, okay, you know, I don't really remember her collection, so that tells you right there it probably wasn't amazing. But to pick only 3 out of, 10 or 11, it's a tough choice. I think it's tough. I think if they're going to do this up-close thing, maybe look at the 3, but then say, hey, we're going to go to the workroom and see the whole collection. You know what I mean?
Was her
and really get a view of what they're doing. But, I mean, when you look at her pieces, there were some interesting things there. Because, I mean, look at Anya's final collection that won.
Yeah.
There was nothing complex there.
But I think Alexandria too. She has some great pieces. Like I think the leather jackets, they're so well done. The workmanship is so interesting. I like the raw leather
with that pocket detail.
Oh,
she's technically really good.
Pocket thing. I thought that was very innovative.
I think it's very
sellable,
and people would buy it right now.
Definitely.
Helen, I love the first 2 dresses. I love the little black dress. I even like the red dress. I mean, the top part was kind of funky, but I liked it. The third dress killed it for me. I hate the print. I hated the style. The fit was terrible.
Fit was the worst.
And I actually like the belt on the red dress. I don't know why you guys don't like it. And why Nina didn't like it.
I hated it.
I like it. I like it. I think it brought the whole dress together. Without it, it just looks like a poncho, like, you know, something thrown over.
It too.
I think that it needed something to cinch the dress in, but maybe not that belt. I didn't like what it was doing to her sides of her waist with the fabric.
I think she should have had it go all the way around and not just go through and inside, you know?
Oh, yeah.
So she should have had it go all the way around the back.
No, but it went around the front and then the back,
and her
it was inside the cape.
I think she should have made those separate. I think a lot of her pieces were the whole poncho dress cocoon thing, and you just feel like you can't move. Like, if I'm going to dinner, you know, I have to catch a cab. It's not functional. So if I'm wearing that, it's like I can't move, and I have this thing on top of me, like something on me would want to, like, get it off me. Like, can I take this off? So I think the idea of it would have been great as a separate, and just making these dresses that are interesting with these ponchos. But everything was just, like, restricted, like straight jacket, you know?
It was,
and I think that's kind of what they picked up on.
Very high concept, but not a lot of reality in there.
No.
Yeah. I mean, she said, you know, this is my first time. And I really don't think, I think when people get to that corner and they start making excuses like that, stand by your word. Like, don't down yourself. You know, they already had a field day with you.
Well,
just stand by it. You love it, and just.
They already edited her all episode to make her seem really cocky and, I'm confident. So I think to see her on the runway, like, backtrack was part of the editing. And then Justin, let's get to Justin.
Said that she had, like, low self-esteem sometimes and then high self-esteem the other time. So,
but I think
I've never really watched her, so I don't know.
I think the cockiness is almost a cover-up, though, for not having
false
the
confidence.
Yeah.
It could. Lastly, Justin, he was such a pleasant surprise. The first white look, I love. I want it all. And everything was great. Even the last unconventional high fashion dress.
OMG.
Wow. You
really?
couldn't even tell. It's just an amazing gown. And these girls were both gasping.
I mean, for that model to wear the dress made out of test tubes and, like, really sell it and look pretty in it, I mean.
And white's hard.
Kudos to that model. She was great.
Yeah, I thought he did amazing. I thought, you know.
Yeah.
So,
you could definitely see his architectural background and everything.
Yeah,
definitely.
I'm going for the underdog. I hope he gets it. Hopefully he get it right.
Did he?
Me too.
Did he keep the hair on the runway, or did he change the hair on the models?
It was a variation. It was still a bang, and I can't say it was better. It was real janky looking, honestly, but
I
we'll let him pass on that one.
when the models were in the L'Oreal hair and makeup room, I was like, I hate this hair. But then they put the clothes on and they were on the runway. I was like, oh my gosh, I changed my mind completely. I like it now.
I thought it looked like modern, futuristic Avatar type of.
Like 80s, you know.
I thought it was high fashion-y. I don't know.
Great
it didn't bother me.
It actually was better than the one he changed it to. The one on the runway, I think, was done Jankola.
So,
hey, he tried. But you didn't notice it. Like, even though it was bad, you got past it because everything else was like, oh my God, look at that belt, look at that neck piece, look at that arm piece, look at that. It was just like, you forgot about all that stuff. And that's what should matter.
And Justin,
the clothes.
Even though he had a lot of neutral colors, just like Alexandria did, Justin had more visual interest with all the pieces.
Yeah.
The jewelry,
the props.
fit, the way everything was made and everything was put together. Like, it doesn't matter if it's black and white if it's done like that.
No.
Yeah.
You know, I have a question regarding the hair and the makeup. Do you guys honestly get to choose or decide 100% of the look?
Yes.
You do? Okay.
Love that.
So they can stick it to you if it doesn't work later.
Now we
tell them what to do and they do it. It's the most annoying part of the show because it's like, oh God, like don't have enough stress. I gotta go figure out what this hair and makeup is gonna look like. Like, seriously.
So, Kato, we want to wrap this the finale talk up, and we ask you each a question before we have to wrap our finale. And we see that Justin Ye gets to go to New York Fashion Week, as well as Alexandria. Bye, Helen. She's young. She'll have her time. So, my question for you, I'll go first, is, okay, you're a designer. Top 3 trends we should look out for spring. What's your favorite thing, and what are you designing this spring?
Wow. I think prints are coming back again, like but bold, more like geometric, like a lot of black and white, and it's kind of not going anywhere. I like the whole shift dress thing.
Okay.
Dresses aren't as clingy anymore, and there are a lot of shapes. I think dresses is getting more interesting now. It's not just, you have more things to kind of choose from. There's a lot of elements to the dresses, which I really, really love, and everybody's embracing, like, the faux leather. Like, I love it.
Oh, yeah.
That's not going anywhere. That's just getting more intense. I mean, you go to Target or just anywhere from, like, Neiman's to Target. It's everywhere.
Yeah. What's your statement spring piece?
What's what?
What's your statement spring piece?
Definitely like a twist on the maxi dress, you know, not making it so maxi, but more sexy.
Oh.
You know, something that's not so housewife New Jersey, but you know, I'm so chic, and you know, I can wear it to dinner with my husband. I can still look sexy in it, and be just as fabulous. But when you look at it, you don't think, "Oh God, another maxi dress."
Right,
right. Putting the twist on it, making it comfortable.
Emma, Amanda, questions?
Oh, well, Kato, when are you going to be showing another collection?
Well, I just showed for Fashion Week in September, and I'll be back again in February.
Wow.
Awesome.
Exciting.
Are you going to come back to Palm Springs again in March, too?
I don't know, because I have some news.
Oh.
Good news, we hope.
I have to tell you the next time I come on the show. You guys have to invite me back.
We will. We love you.
Oh, my God. Okay, I'm so excited.
Emma?
So my question would be, you know, we're seeing a lot of the black, white, and the neutral colors on the show that they're representing spring. What would you say the it color will be for spring?
You know, purple's making a huge comeback. I definitely think it's like shades of purples. Like green's been done so much. Yellow and the neons were done. I think we're going back to like the solids, like the African violet, and just in that family. I think it's going to make a huge pop.
So, Kato, can you tell everyone listening out there where they can go online to find your pieces and order them?
Yes. And Twitter.
You can go to my website, KortoMumulo.com. Even if you just put Korto in the Google search, I'll be the first one that pops up. Go to my website. Find all things Korto. You can buy on there. You can check out my blog, see pictures from Fashion Week, and, you know, all the good stuff.
Thank you so much for joining us, and let everybody know where they can find you, as well as you ladies.
Yes, Kato, tell us where everyone can find you on Twitter and Instagram and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Definitely Instagram, Twitter. It's all Korto Mumulo, KortoMumulu. Facebook, join my fan page for all things Korto, what I'm doing next, shows that I'm doing, pictures, all the news I'll be dropping. And then I'm also going to be like tweeting during All Stars, and I'm pretty funny, if I should say myself. But yeah, I'm just going in. I'm going in this season. So if you're not ready, I've already told the others, like go to like Tommy Lorenzo's site and hate over there, but on my site we're funny and we just crack jokes, so you have to laugh at yourself sometimes. So
yes,
check me on Twitter on the 24th.
Ooh,
awesome!
I'm so excited to see it, Kato. And Emma, tell everybody where they can find you on Twitter and Instagram.
You guys can find me on Twitter and Instagram at RealEmmaK, and don't forget to check out EmmaK'sCloset.com.
Yes, and
Amanda?
You can find me, Amanda Fields, on Instagram and Twitter at The Runway Queen.
And you guys can find me on Twitter at _Alina23. Kato, thank you so much for joining us, and everyone, thank you for listening.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.